My girl Hestia finally gets a moment to shine. What a fantastic episode. Episode 9 of Danmachi. Hestia just comes forth and says, hey, I have to restore order. Freya, things are getting too thirsty. My boy Bell is getting too close to actually sleeping with somebody. I need to restore order in this harem. There's too much thirst happening. I gotta get things back to being dithering. I need to reset everything, put everything back to normal. I like the fact that technically, yes, like her being Hestia, the goddess, like she creates her altar there. And the whole idea there is to get rid of impurities, like to go back to this virgin state. And so she's literally like, I reject lustness. I can't have people be getting into bed together. I got to restore this. It was a great moment, though. Seeing Hestia up on that altar that she's created in the lower area was just way too fantastic. And her unleashing her power, taking control of everything. Super cool stuff. I loved it. I was like, yes, my girl Hestia standing for, even though I love Freya, and there's a conflict there, but my gosh, this episode around Freya and Seer and Horn pretty much confirms a lot of things that I thought the direction it was going to go, but just really, really nailed it. Like that whole scene with Horn, her turning into Seer, and just that, you can hear the frustration in her voice. Like, the Seiyu did such a phenomenal job of just really getting that frustration out. Like, I wanted this so bad, and I just hurt everything around me. And again, that's kind of what I was assuming was going to kind of happen, was a lot of the people around Freya were going to obviously see the destructive nature that she's in right now. And it's cool that it sort of, yes, culminates into Seer within Horn as well, is the other side of that. Seeing that, yes, despite that everybody's getting frustrated over this whole situation, they're all conflicted. They're seeing that there's a self-destruction happening with Freya. Even Freya herself, as Seer, as Freya, is like completely conflicted with this whole thing. Like, I am breaking things. I'm not in a good spot. I'm losing my mind. Please put an end to it. Please save me. I'm breaking everything and I can't stop. It was literally a call for help. So I like that Belle, thankfully not being totally oblivious about the whole situation. It's taken him long enough. But now, at this point, not being oblivious to it and just kind of coming forward and saying, no, I know what you feel. Like, I was just literally confessed to by Horn. Tell me exactly how you feel. She's sharing that feeling. Oh, that's just pollution of her emotions. It's just her powers. It's nothing. Like, Freya cannot admit it. Like, she can't accept it. And there is a side of me that almost kind of considers, is Freya herself truthful here? Like, the idea that, yes, I played into that, but that's not my true feelings. Like, in the end, would this writer be so bold to literally have Freya reject it 100%? That was all an act. I fooled you. I'm a perfect actor, and I will never have those feelings, despite the fact that I'm super thirsty for you. Like, yeah, how can you deny it when you're literally taking control of the entire area to get him? Girl, you're not hiding your feelings at all. Like, you're going fully on Deai mode. That's how far your love is going. Let me get to the episode, starting from the beginning, going all the way through. I apologize, by the way, for all those that were asking in the comment section of my recent video, like, where's your Danmachi video? I'm like, dude, I thought it was delayed another week. I literally thought, because I knew that it delayed a week, and then I went to go check it for the next week, and it looked like it was listed everywhere as having another week delay. And so I'm like, okay, apparently 2-week delay. Apparently not. Anyways, here we are. Open up the episode. Yes, we do have Horn releasing Ryu. And I was kind of curious how this is going to play out. Because at first, when she first came before Ryu, I thought it was going to be Freya. Like, I thought that was actually Freya. And then it got closer and I'm like, oh no, it's just Horn. And now, interesting that she was basically trying to talk to Ryu for a brief moment as Seer. Almost like she wanted to trick her into trusting her by taking the appearance of Seer. Because yes, at first Ryu's going to be like, what the hell are you doing here? What do you want from me? Why are you asking me to do this? But at the same time, using the appearance of Seer to almost kind of trick her. Like, it even shows that in how the idea that Ryu, when she goes out there and starts fighting things, she's like, yeah, the agreement was that I was going to cause a commotion and then I could be freed, but I should have probably asked her what her intentions were. But she's still kind of doing it. Like, oh, this is my chance to get the hell out of here. Why not? Like, whoever cares about the whole intentions there? And of course, my mind immediately went to, I'm kind of curious at this point, is Horn doing it for Ryu in order to, obviously, to do something with Belle, but is it to help Belle? Is it to kill Belle? Or is it to kind of put an end to this or try to at least push Belle a little bit more? That's where I was kind of questioning. And yeah, sure enough, we get the two of them confronting each other. And like I said before, really good scene. Like, this scene with Horn was so freaking good. Her like, did you connect everything yet? Like, again, because we keep seeing Horn this entire time that Belle is there and everybody's been charmed, and Horn's constantly outside of Freya's room feeling the frustration that Freya is going through. And like she mentions during this entire scene, hearing her cry for the first time, I heard my goddess, who is supposed to be this pristine thing that should never come down to our level, I heard her cry. And she's in pain. She's hurting. Have you not figured it out yet? You haven't figured it out yet? You're scum. You're scum. You're causing so much pain and confusion. Wake up, boy. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Now, I was kind of curious what the figuring out was going to be here, and I assumed it was going to be the idea of Freya and her love and what she's doing in order to get to Belle. Like, have you figured out how much she loves you and what she's doing right here? Not that she's some goddess of this familia that's brought you in, is taking care of you, but that she's desperately in love with you. Have you figured that out yet? But no, it is her trying to figure out if Belle figured out who Cyr is. That was what she was trying to figure out, which I was kind of curious as why that was the direction that she was going. Yes, that technically does make sense now that I think about it, because Horn would be wanting to push us on Belle, like, hey, have you figured out that this Cyr that loved you so much, and the thing that you're looking for, you keep asking about, and this person, Freya, who's standing there at your side, comforting you and everything, the same being. That's that love. That's how much love she has. To connect the two of those people together, that way you can make that connection. So it does make sense in the end when I look back on it, but at the time I was a little bit confused as to why Cyr was so important. But this does open the door, at least for Horn's character and for Belle to understand what's going on, because yes, it drives her so much crazy that she goes to attack him, basically pushing out her frustration. It is a frustration thing, because I like how towards the later part, and again, the voice acting, her frustration, she hates him, but also at the same time, her heart wants him so bad. She's frustrated right here. And it sucks that, yes, right here, she decides to give him the sword back or the knife back from the goddess Hestia, have her stab her with it. This is her payment to her goddess that she has betrayed her twice, that she deserves to die. And so she's going to take her own life at that point. But it's interesting that she's basically forcing him to have to kill her, which I'm not sure. I thought for a brief moment that she was trying to push something, like have people see that he killed her to maybe possibly get Freya to dislike Belle, because we do see in this episode, yes, she loves all of her familia. And again, that was part of the frustration that Freya is going through right now, is that she's hurting everybody around her in order to get Belle. She's now realizing that she doesn't like that. That's the conflict that she's having. And that's obviously, highlighted here as she talks to Belle as Cyr, and yes, mentioned the idea that she's doing all this stuff. He's finally made that connection that this is Cyr. They're both Cyr. They've always been Cyr. And that, yes, there is this conflict that Freya herself is having. Yes, she thought she wanted this. She did this whole crap. She wanted Belle. She wanted to steal him for himself. She wanted nothing but this. I thought only you would be enough. I thought if I just had you, I don't care about anything else. But right now, I'm realizing I'm hurting everybody around me. Please save me. Please come save me. Basically, again, Freya right here is yelling at Belle, please come save me. I love the conundrum. This Horn's character literally feels like she came out of nowhere with this season. She probably did. I don't know if we've ever really seen her before. But she has turned into such an interesting mechanic for this season's storytelling. And the idea that she literally creates a bridge to another character. That yes, you have Freya here, and she can turn into Cyr. And then you have over here Horn, and she can turn into Cyr. And that creates a bridge between the two of them. Yes, she's taken upon herself, all the thoughts of Cyr, but she has taken herself the appearance of Freya too. So she can not only absorb all the memories of Cyr and all the experiences that Freya has of Cyr, but she's also absorbing a lot of what Freya's thinking. And all those emotions are coming into her. Yes, there's that aspect that Freya so badly wants to disconnect herself from Cyr. This is a fake thing of me. But those are still her thoughts. Those are still her emotions that are in there. Yes, she is mimicking and taking upon herself everything that Freya has acted, but she's also taken to herself her true emotions. You can't act emotions. You can create an appearance of emotions, but you can't act emotions. Emotions are in there inside of you that your feeling is not entirely indicative of what you show to other people. Horn feels those feelings, and thus she's able to tell Belle, please, come save me. Come save me. Again, I really, really like Horn's character. I don't like the fact that she's turned into almost a fake out character. Like, this is going to be the second time we're faking out her death. Like the last time we had her being confronted by everybody, I knew back then they weren't going to kill off Horn, but back there was like it was playing it out as if they were coming to kill her. She has to die, and then they get her, and she's not dead. Again, I don't think that Freya would ever want her to die. But even here, even though somebody hasn't been ordered to kill her, she herself is taking her own life as punishment for betraying her goddess twice. And yet, I don't think she's dead again. Like, Freya's still calling Otoro to go save her. Go save her. I don't want to lose. I will not allow her to leave me. I love the fact that she's like, again, Horn has betrayed her twice now, and she's like, go get my girl. Don't let her die. I won't allow her to leave me. It's like, girl, you can't admit that you just love everybody around you, not just Belle. And again, I love that this is the catalyst of this whole conflict. It's not Belle saving her. It's not Belle trying to restore. He is trying to wake her up. But what's actually saving Freya is her love for her people. Her love for the familia that is around her that she sort of got a little bit of focused away from. She got too tunnel visioned on Belle, and she's forgetting what's around her that she treasures. I love that she loves what she has around her, which makes sense. She's had a familia for a long time. It's just at some point while acting as Seer, yes, she met Belle. But she's had a familia for a long time. It's not as if this is a new thing. But yeah, it was interesting what Seer as Horn says. What Freya here as Horn basically is saying is that I don't want to lose my mind, don't want to be restrained. Again, she doesn't want to lose her mind because right now she's feeling like she's losing everything and she's breaking everything, and that she thought that she'd be okay with just Belle, but then she's hurting everything around her. Please make all this stop. I'm so conflicted. My brain is everywhere. And again, I think a part of that is the fact that Freya herself is internally conflicted with being Seer. The idea that she acted as Seer for so long, she liked that. She liked Belle. She liked what she was doing at the tavern. She probably really liked all of her children there, really loved Ryu. And then right here, she's trying to disconnect that. She's trying to kill this persona that she created. Again, when she first came back to Otoro after being rejected by Belle, I am killing this off. Seer is no more. And yet she has that hairpin. She has all these memories, and she can't seem to disconnect herself. And yes, she keeps even talking like Seer. And then right here, she's literally saying, I'm losing my mind. But additionally, I don't want to be restrained. That's a question mark. I'm curious as to what that is about. That everything that she's done is blowing up in her face, that she knows all this stuff that's going on in the city is going to blow up in her face. The idea that she will fail and that she'll lose everything that she's built, or the idea that she will be restrained in the heavens, like she's going to be destroyed and sent back up. Very curious, or maybe possibly just the people in general of the city, the other gods and goddesses, again, because I've said it before, they're not going to like this happen. And sure enough, in this episode, we see nobody happy that she did this. Are they going to restrain her? That's a question mark. But yeah, that's when we get Belle going to Freya, and again, confronting her and trying to push her to change her ways. And again, trying to pull out Seer. I love the fact that the entire scene, over and over again, Belle will refuse to call her Freya. He keeps saying Seer. No, Seer's dead. I'm not Seer. Okay, Seer. I'm not Seer. Stop calling me Seer. Okay, Seer. I remember those emotions. You can't fake that was all an act. I know exactly that those were tears that were true. I know you're hurting. And again, you can't deny. And again, she claims that, this is all emotions that were polluting Horn's mind, like that they were fake. She was just polluted by those emotions. It was all fake. But Belle's like, no, those aren't fake. I know those are your feelings. I got that bridge. Again, Horn is a bridge to her true feelings. She just doesn't want to admit it. She doesn't want to accept it. And it does create like a really cool, interesting conundrum that is within the mind of Freya in, again, like I said before, is it truly one of those things where she's just rejecting human feelings, or does she really believe that? Is there going to be a disconnection that happens there where, yeah, the writer could go the direction of Freya faked it all and Belle thinks it's real, but it never was. And we can really have like a true villainous character that is going to completely reject that. And in the end of the day, again, Seer was never there. Seer is not a different personality of Freya, and it will never become one. But again, the assumption from the very beginning of a lot of this whole kind of twist was, yes, eventually it's going to turn into, he gets Freya to basically accept that Seer is her. they're both the same person and they become one. But man, all the Freya flustered faces. We got so many good Freya flustered faces. I think this is the first time we really got a lot of those faces. She's constantly getting thrown off and blushing, even basically saying that he hurt her, that he's gonna, take care of her, all this kind of stuff. And she's getting mad because he's being a hypocrite. He rejected her. How dare you even try to save me when you rejected me? Slapping him. It was a good little thing there. There's like a side of me that's like, I joked about it before, but it almost feels like this entire arc is literally gaslighting Belle, the anime. But I think this kind of little segment right here is like the destruction of Aurora over like a lover's spout. Like everything that's happened so far is just because Belle rejected her. This is like the scorn woman arc. Like we're literally taking over the entire town and everything is in chaos because he rejected a girl's confession. We kind of wondered why nobody confronts Belle. Nobody confesses to Belle. And the joke is that Hestia and everybody has like this unspoken rule that nobody pursues Belle because they all love him. And this is the one case where it finally happens. And look what happens. This is why Belle will never have love, is because it literally turns into an entire region-wide destruction. Anyways, but again, really cool in this whole scene, just having Belle just constantly pushing into her head. I know that you're Seer. You can't reject those feelings. Again, Freya's getting frustrated. And again, finally because Freya's no longer acting as if Belle has always been a part of her familia, she's finally able to express what she didn't express before. Again, she confessed as Seer to Belle. He rejected her. She cried, went back home, said, all right, jig is up. Seer's dead. Let's do this the hard way. And right here, she's finally able to say what she truly feels, that she's frustrated with him. She hates the idea that he rejected her, and she's been wanting to break him for the sake of being able to gain him. And again, trying to reject that Seer exists. And she can't. She can't hide her own emotions. Like, she can't hide the fact that she had those feelings. She can't hide the fact that she's angry that he rejected her. There's a key thing there. Again, even though she's denying that Seer was ever a thing, right here she's mad that he rejected her. But you rejected me, you're a hypocrite. But wait, that shouldn't matter because Seer never existed, right? That should not matter. It's two different people, right? Why are you frustrated? Why are you slapping him? Why are you mad? Because Seer is you. She can't deny it. Like, she can't stop her own emotions from showing that Belle's technically right. Seer is you. Again, I love the fact that he keeps calling her Seer. It all kind of culminates up to, yes, the final threat that Freya gives, which, yeah, I kind of wonder if she would actually do that, because she says something to the effect that, of course, everybody that is treasured to him is still technically under control. And there's like a brief threat here where she says, literally, there's all these people, I can basically shatter everything. And I kind of thought for a minute there that she might actually kind of go to pull that figurative trigger. But the idea that, yeah, I can see her literally having them all attack each other. Yeah, she can technically right now tell Eyes Ryu is the enemy. Go take down Ryu. And they would actually fight, and possibly to the death. Yeah, she could literally shatter everything. She's keeping everything because she needs to keep order. Like mentioned later on again by Oronos, the idea that, yes, technically she wants to retain this place as what it is and have the adventurers still doing the dungeon and everything because it keeps this strict order so that Belle can become the hero that he's supposed to become. Because she can't charm him. She doesn't want to do that. But she can make it all fall apart. She can literally shatter him by having everybody that he loves, like Hestia, Lily, Eyes, Ryu, everybody just take each other out. But no, somebody breaks that whole possibility. Because yes, apparently Hermes did technically set all the wood. I didn't know that was going to actually be the blood of Hestia that was the trigger. But yes, I was kind of curious as to what this thing that Hermes wanted to do. The idea of setting the town on fire, turning it into a fireplace. It literally is that, the idea of putting the blood on all the wood, putting in all the fireplaces, setting all fire. That way everybody gets hit with the essence of Hestia. She can go up on top of this massive, massive altar and yes, unleash her powers. Which yes, she does claim that because she was so low, her power is really weak. But now being way so high, she's able to actually use her powers. And yes, restore virginity to the town. Reject lustness. But anyways, it was super cool. Yes, the ability of sacred flame. But no, she's basically creating her temple from the heavens down here. And yes, it seems like, again, it seems to be something that she needs to be pretty close to the heavens in order to at least recreate it in some way. But really super cool. And it's interesting how they go out of their way the entire episode to sort of show a lot of the flaws of Freya, like the cracks that she created. Ornos, mentions that the idea that all the stuff that she was doing, she created too many cracks. The idea of allowing the town to still function like it used to is going to leave a lot of cracks open. The idea that she's over here away from the town, so busy with Bel, she allowed Hestia to be able to create this altar here, this temple here. All these little mistakes that Freya was making led to her downfall. It is sort of highlighting the fact that, yes, Freya during this whole time with Bel has been slipping up. It does show that her focus was so muddied by her desire for Bel. It's showing these massive mistakes, which is kind of cool. I love Asafi making a random comment about Hestia's outfit. You're so cold. Why do you wear such a skimpy outfit? I wonder, why does she wear such a skimpy outfit? I wonder, why does she wear just like nothing but a ribbon and scraps? It's like asking Freya why she wears nothing but scraps. I wonder. But no, then they bust into Freya's place and Hestia gets to snuggle on Bel and apologize. Yeah, you get to see a lot of the other members apologizing. Lily's upset, Welf's upset, Haruhime's upset, Mikoto, they're all upset, just sad that they rejected Bel so much. But I like how Welf just like busts in there and says, okay, got it. We got to stop, stop complaining. Let's go. Let's go get my boy. Like Welf's like, let's go get my boy. Everybody's kind of being emotional, but he's like, I am too, but come on, girls, we got to go get the boy. Shoot, even the guild lady, she's mad. Like, she's mad about the whole situation. I think she's probably going to start pulling some strings to kind of get something going. But of course, what we see is now that Hestia is with Bel and apologizing, and yeah, he's like, I love you so much. And she's super happy to hear that. Immediately, it shifts into the question mark as to what now? And yeah, it was kind of interesting that they do kind of present what I was kind of saying before, this idea that nobody's going to be happy about this. Now that everybody's been snapped out of it, they're going to be going after Freya. Like, this needs to be a downfall of this entire familia. What's going to happen? But they're claiming that no, the guild doesn't want that. They don't want an all-out battle. They don't want everybody just kind of clamoring on one person, which makes sense. It does kind of make sense to keeping order with so many familias and people with power, is that yes, you kind of need some kind of order. Like, you just can't have everybody just pitchforks and go in there, because that can happen with any guild. If they don't like this one guild, everybody just take them down. Everybody just unite and we'll destroy whatever one we don't want. If one is too powerful, if one is, taking too much loot, if one is too successful, let's all gather together and destroy this one. So there has to be some sort of order. And in debating this, yes, Freya ends up making the call, is to start a war game, which I think we had a war game, which was that second season, or was that in the third season? I think that we had a war game before. So interesting. Interesting. It does feel a little bit anticlimactic, but at the same time, kind of expected. I kind of am a little frustrated for it to kind of pivot like this. I'll keep my hopes up that the writer knows they're doing and they're going to do something interesting with this, but does feel a little bit anticlimactic to the idea that all this build up to, let's have a war game. Oh, okay. I guess we're all cool now. I think the frustration that comes with that is that it kind of is going to shift them away from confronting this issue. Like, we're literally having Bel confronting Freya with this whole situation. You're Seer. Wake up. Okay, war game. Everybody separate. Go do your war games, whatever. Hopefully something comes up. We'll see. I mean, they could totally go right into, no, we're not doing a war game, confront her on it, and then everything gets fixed. So we'll see. But anyways, really, really good episode. Really, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to see where it goes from here. I totally forgot this show was supposed to be 15 episodes. So we're going deep into January. Like, I was expecting, like, okay, I almost thought we were going to have a 2-week delay, and I'm like, they're not going to finish this year, are they? Like, we're going to go into January. We're going way into January. We're going 15 episodes. So it is what it is. I'm excited for more. I'm glad that we're not, forcing it to only be a single core. If it does need 15 episodes, please, by all means, do 15 episodes. It doesn't need to be within a season. So looking forward to more. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below, comment, let me know what's the episode. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe before you leave. Like this content, you want to support time more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it, it does. And until next time, y'all take care.